Okay, this is Lee from Learning with Lee, and I'm working on the CSS just so it looks in a way we want it to look, just for the basic function before we start doing all the JavaScript math stuff. So, there's several things that I added on. So I have class hidden for like everything. Hidden. Just keep all those different things hidden. So what happens is we click on, and I just spent, I don't know, 20 minutes, I don't know however long, just saying, okay, well, when I click on that, what I want to show up. I'm just having one thing show up at a time, and then you don't want to have all the directions revealed at once, so just getting rid of hidden is not going to help. And then we have compare, we have then the directions for that show up. And then if I click on integers, then I want that to show up, but I want the options to go away. If I click on that, then I want the other stuff to go away, but the choices to come back up. Click on that, then I want the addition. Click on that, then the directions stay, but everything else goes away. So let me show you how I did all that. So, a couple, let me talked about the CSS later. This is JavaScript doing all this. So I just at the bottom of my page here, I'm going to just copy this to get the click function code. And I just, copy and pasted this and just did it over and over and over again. So like what ID am I clicking on? You just go back and forth to your index page, your HTML. Okay, so math options. When I click on math options, then I want the options to open up. I had to go back in later and add this, hide everything that's supposed to be hidden. That's so if like I've already clicked on the options and there's directions for like adding, but now I want to click on math options and try subtracting. It just takes everything away, clears it to start fresh, and gives me the options again. So it displays the options. So I'm just switching back and forth. I'm using, this is the period for class and the number sign for ID. You put it in quotes, you put the name in there, $sign, that's the jQuery, the parentheses, the dot, CSS. And then display goes in quotes, comma, black or none goes in quotes. It's changing the CSS. And then, I just copy that and pasted it, and then just all the different things. So when I click on compare, what do I want to happen? I want the options, the compare and arithmetic options to go away, but I want to ask them if they want to use integers. So I'm going to display those choices. And I want to show the directions for comparing. So just went through, just went back and looked at the page. Okay, well, what do I want to happen? Click on arithmetic. I want the options to go away. I want the math options to show. When they click on the math options, I want those to go away. I want the integer options to show up. And so on and so forth. Once you click on yes or no for integers, that goes away. The directions show up. They say yes. Click add, you need the add directions, subtract and subtract directions, multiply, you need the multiply directions. That's all. And that's what does all that switching back and forth on the page. Arithmetic, multiply, integers, sure. And then you can play, or you can make new choices. All right, so the other things I did were directly in the CSS. What's new here? I added the word winner, which isn't showing right now. I still have that hidden at the moment. So that should show up. Winner should show up if I'm going to compare. So if they click on compare, then I want those winner words to show up. I think those are called 1 and 2. There we go. So I added this like red hover just because, you know, if you can click on something, it's nice to be able to have like a little visual clue that you can click on it. So button, hover, pointer finger, turn it red. Any other? Let's see, where do I have that? So math options, I just gave it a class button. Okay, it's not the button. Just gave it a class button. I added the class hidden, display none. P, that's my direction paragraph, so just gave it a font size. Input, just gave it a margin. I haven't worked on the CSS for that yet, the size of the box. We'll get to that. Span, I just use span, that's where I put those different options, like yes, no, add, subtract, multiply. I just gave it a left margin as 1, just to put a space between them all. My button, I gave it the same background color as our draw button. Give a little padding. Okay, so we already had a flex column for the cards. Here, this is a column. It puts the player at the top of the column, has the number, it has a suit, right? Column puts it in a line like that. So I just added winner right in to that column in the HTML. So, like, where is that here? So here's the div. Div first player. Here we go. So here's the first player's box. Okay, so I put winner right inside of that. As the name first player, the number, the suit, and now it says winner at the bottom. Now it would just put it all right together. If you write it, it's not going to automatically go to the bottom of the box. What I did was add this flex grow, and you can put any number there. But you can just use 1. You don't need to write 100. So it's going to use up all the space, and you're telling it where to put the space between things. Something you can play with. I can't remember if we did it before. We probably did when we talked about flex. But that's what I use to get winner at the bottom of the column, because our flex direction is up and down. Grow is going to push it down instead of pushing it over to the right. Okay. See if you can get your page looking nice, and we'll start working, I guess, on the math in the next lesson.